Shalom, family. I hope everybody's okay and blessed of the Most High. Family, today let's talk about man and his desire to outdo the Most High, or basically just replace him. You know, we just see it happening all over, and it just didn't start. Man has always had that desire, since the fall of Satan, and that's where it started. Satan had the same ideas. He had this need for power and greed, and uh, held in high esteem above the Most High. And we all know what happened. But man has that same spirit. They think they can improve on food. They think they can improve on health, just everything, and the Most High has set things the way that it should be. It's even to the point where men wants to control who should live and who should die, and that power alone is, left into the hands of the Most High. And so it's because of greed and this need for control and power, that this whole earth is corrupted, and it's going to have to be fixed. And the only one that can fix it is the Most High. So we'll just go into different scriptures, family, and we'll prove it through it. This is not personal opinions or nothing like this. This is the written word. So I'll start off with Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11 through 13. It say, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Family, greed and the need for power and control, that's evil. That's a sin. We're not to have that kind of control over no human. Verse 12 says, though a sinner do evil 100 times and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it will be well with them that fear Elohim, which fear before him. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before Elohim. See, it matters not who you are, whether you're righteous or evil. Your days are numbered by the Most High. That's just the bottom line. He's in control of all of it, the good and the evil. He allows things, to complete his will, to complete his prophecies. So he's in control, totally. Now, man has this notion that he has some kind of control, but he really doesn't. Okay? He can only do what is allowed by the Most High. And we've seen that examples with, Satan and Job. Okay? So, concerning, let's start off with life itself and, people and the population. That, there are people who think that they should be able to control and say how many should live and how many shouldn't, who should live and who shouldn't. And it's just in the hands of the Most High. That's not a decision man get to make. Job chapter 14 verse 5. Seeing his days are determined, The number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. See, the Most High has appointed bounds that you can't pass it. You know, whatever limit he has set on your existence, you're not going to go past that. You know, no man has the ability to make that happen. You know, people recover from illnesses and sometimes they die. But the population is going to balance itself out. Just as surely as people are born every day, people are dying, you know, in great numbers. Due to all kind of circumstances, you know, accidents, wars, illnesses, and then people are born every day. So it kind of balances itself out. So it really don't need no help from man. All right. Hebrews 9 verse 27 say, and it is appointed unto men once to die, but after this the judgment. See, that's an appointment you're not gonna miss. You know, I know in this world we have doctor's appointments and job or interview appointments. We have all kind of appointments, and sometimes we'll miss them, sometimes we're late, or sometimes we'll cancel the appointment. But that is one appointment you're not going to miss, and you're not going to be late for. Like it says, it's appointed unto men once to die, but after this the judgment. You will not be late for that appointment when your days are up. You know, it's in the Most High's hand. You know, you're not going to leave here 1 millisecond before time, and you're not going to stay 1 millisecond past your time either. Like the book of Job said, he has appointed bounds that men cannot pass. Deuteronomy 32, verse 39. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no Elohim with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. See, that's something man's not in control with. You know, we've seen it, people terminally ill and recover, because that's in the Most High's hand. We've seen serious accidents where cars flip over 3 or 4 times and people walk away from them. That's because it's in the Most High's hand. See, so we don't, the Most High don't need any help from man concerning life and death. You know, and he said in his word, he said, can't nobody deliver you out of my hand. Okay? We have to remember that. Now, concerning food, you know, if man had been abiding all this time by the instructions the Most High gave about food and land and growing of food, then we'd have plenty. Healthy food without any chemicals in it or anything. It would be enough, you know, to keep this world's population fed if man had done the way the Most High say do it. But man thought he could do better. He could create more food using different chemicals and stuff. They call it what? GMO and all this, which is not good for you, that I know of. So let's read what the Most High say about it. Leviticus chapter 25, verse 3 and 4. 6 years shalt thou sow thy field, and 6 years thou shalt prune thy vineyard, and gather in the fruit thereof. But in the 7th year shall be a Sabbath of rest unto the land, a Sabbath for the Most High. Thou shalt neither sow thy field nor prune thy vineyard. See, people don't do that now. They just grow. You know, never give the land a year off. And these are the instructions from the Most High. In fact, our people went into the Babylonian captivity behind missing all those land Sabbaths. So it was going to take 70 years for the land to recover from all the missed land Sabbaths. They call them, I guess, sabbatical years. And so that's exactly the term that he kept them in bondage, 70 years, so that that land would recover from their disobedience to let it rest, every 7 years. There's 1 year out of 7. All right. Leviticus, let me see. No, we'll go to, let's go to Exodus. And we're going to talk about how man, tries to perform miracles and all this stuff. It's really just Satan trying to copy the things that the Most High can do. It's just a counterfeit. Let's start with Moses, when they were in Egypt, and how the magicians tried to duplicate everything that the Most High allowed Moses and Aaron to do. Exodus chapter 7, verse 19 through 22. And the Most High spake unto Moses, say unto Aaron, take thy rod and stretch out thy hand upon the waters of Egypt, and upon their streams, upon their rivers, and upon their ponds, and upon all pools of water, that they may become blood, and that there may be blood throughout all the land of Egypt, both in vessels of wood and in vessels of stone. Verse 20, and Moses and Aaron did so, as the Most High commanded, and he lifted up the rod and smote the waters that were in the river, in the sight of Pharaoh, and in the sight of his servants, and all the waters that were in the river were turned to blood. 21, and the fish that was in the river died, and the river stank, and the Egyptians could not drink of the water of the river, and there was blood throughout all the land of Egypt. Verse 22, and the magicians of Egypt did so with their enchantments, and Pharaoh's heart was hardened, neither did he hearken unto them, as the Most High had said. See, man has always tried to duplicate what the Most High does, And, it's just ruined our environment. It's just totally destroyed it. For man thinking that he can improve on anything. He's contaminated waters, by dumping things in them. And it's just pitiful. It's no wonder that the Most High is going to have to create a new heaven and earth, because man has just corrupted this one. Let's see what else they did. This is Exodus chapter 8, verse 5 through 7. And the Most High spoke unto Moses, say unto Aaron, stretch forth thy hand, thy rod over the streams, over the rivers, and over the ponds, and cause frogs to come up on the land. And Aaron stretched out his hand over the waters of Egypt, and the frogs came up and covered the land of Egypt. And the magicians did so with their enchantments, and brought up frogs upon the land of Egypt. Okay? And so we see they are duplicated the same thing, but it's going to get to a point to where they can't. So let's read same chapter 8. Let's go down to verse 16 through 18. And the Most High said unto Moses, say unto Aaron, stretch out thy rod and smite the dust of the land, that it may become lice throughout all the land of Egypt. And they did so. For Aaron stretched out his hand with his rod and smote the dust of the earth, and it became lice in man and in beast. All the dust of the land became lice throughout all the land of Egypt. And the magicians did so with their enchantments to bring forth lice, but they could not. So there were lice upon man and beast. See, they couldn't duplicate that. See, man is, I'll say wicked man, those who have the spirit of Satan, has always tried to duplicate something, you know. And they're not done. You know, they're just not done. They're even gonna try to duplicate the signs, you know, of the end times, the sign of Mashiach's return. And a lot of people gonna be fooled by it, unfortunately. So let's go to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 8 and 9. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Most High shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. See, they're gonna do miracles. I know everybody's familiar with the Project Blue Beam. I mean, they can put images in the sky and it's gonna fool a lot of people. You know, that is a real project. You can Google it and you can see examples of it where this stuff looks real. You know, using that technology. And it's going to fool a lot of people. Matthew 24 and 24 says, for there shall arise false Christs, false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it was possible, they shall deceive the very elect. See? It said that if it was possible. Now, if you're one of the Most High's elect, if you want to his obedient children and keep the laws and commandments, you shouldn't be fooled. You shouldn't be fooled at all. That's why it say if it was possible, it would fool the elect. But we shouldn't get fooled by nothing. No images or nothing. But it's going to be a lot to do. You know, that's just it. Revelation 16, chapter 13 through 14. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. For they are the spirits of devils, working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and the whole world, to gather them the battle of that great day of Yah Almighty. See, so they gonna, the false prophet, they gonna be able to do miracles and stuff, call down fire and everything else, and claim that Mashiach is here and he's there. And Matthew tells us, you know, if they say that, don't go. You know, Revelation 13, verse 13 through 14 says, and he doeth great wonders, so that he make fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. See, he's going to be able to do some of them miracles too. It's just one, you know, he's not going to be able to do, and that's when the sky roll up like a scroll and Mashiach comes down. They're not going to be able to duplicate that, you know. Verse 14 says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. You know, so man has I'll say, man who has the spirit of Satan has always wanted to duplicate the Most High, put themselves in the place of the Most High. You know, and this happens even as we speak. You know, man thinks he is the ultimate problem solver, but he's not. You know, only the Most High is. Because any solution to a problem that man gives you comes with a price, a heavy price to pay. You know, when situations come up, they offer a solution, but it's oftentimes tied to your rights. You know, to receive that help, you're gonna lose some of your rights. You know, it just happens that way. And we don't have to go into specifics, you know, but we know that to be so. It just comes with a price. I mean, Satan even tried it with Mashiach. Let's read it. Matthew chapter 4, verse 8 and 9. Again, the devil taking him up into a seat in high mountain, and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them, and said unto him, all these things will I give you, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. See, it's a price to pay when the world gives you something. You know, I mean, their hunger goes on and stuff like that. Okay, yeah, we'll feed you, but you can't do this. You know, you have to do that. It's always a stipulation on it that will take some of your rights and freedoms away. You know, so anything that they do for you, it's, you know, it's something tied to it that's not really good. You know, but with the Most High, you know, when you follow his solutions, it always has a good end. And those are the solutions to problems that we should be seeking from the Most High, because it always has a good end. 1 Corinthians 2 and 9. But as it is written, eye has not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which the Most High has prepared for them that love him. See, he always got something good tied to obeying his instructions. With man, it's some kind of stipulation on there that would put you more back in bondage than anything. You know, so it's always a negative end to whatever help you receive from this world, because it is not of the Most High. Okay. Romans chapter 8, verse 18 say, for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which we shall be revealed in us. See, these things that we're going through now, I mean, it seems rough and stuff, but it's not going to even be compared to what we're going to receive for our constant obedience and seeking out the Most High for answers to whatever crisis or whatever we're going through. That is the only answer. You can get no other help than from the Most High. Okay? That is the real help, because he's in control of it all. You know, Jeremiah 29:11 says, for I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith the Most High, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. See, Most High always had good plan for those who follow him and obey. You know, and there's nothing wicked tied to it that would further, hinder you or, subjugate you to different rules and stuff just for help. No. His help comes without a negative end to it. But man's solution is going to always have something negative tied to it. If you want to receive this money, your household can't be done made over this amount. What about the people that are hungry, lose their jobs and stuff, who did make over that amount? Would you just don't help them? So, it's always rules tied to it, to any kind of help that you receive. I remember long ago, women on public assistance couldn't even have anybody to come over and stay at their house overnight. So it's gonna always be rules. It just limits your freedom and your rights. So we are not to depend on this world. Like I say, man has progressed to the state that he thinks he's capable of being God, or Elohim, as we say, and he's not. Nothing that he does is gonna last. It's eventually going to fail because he's not in control. He's not even in control of his own life, contrary to what he might think. The Most High is. So I don't care how far up in this world or how low you go, the Most High is in total control of it all. And that's the one hope that we can hang our hat on. This is why we're looking forward to the Most High's will being done, because it has a good end for those that believe and endure. Okay? Just a little short message today, family. And just to remind us where our real help come from. It cannot come from man. All right? So, that being said, family, I'm going to get out of here, and I'll talk to you later on. Most High willing. Shalom.